Hey everybody, Jason Blaha here with Ice Cream Fitness. Well, let me give you guys a bicep shot. All right. Today I wanna branch away from some of my normal topics just a little bit, and I want to talk to you about kind of a fad diet that I know people personally who are on, and it's actually it's quite a bit of a scam, and it's quite expensive. I think it costs around like $300, and it's called the HCG diet. And when I first heard about this, I had to do a little bit of research because, again, as soon as I saw HCG, which again stands for human chorionic gonadotrophin, which is massively and heavily used in the athletic world and bodybuilding world, the drug HCG is. And it just seemed weird to me immediately that this was being used supposedly for fat loss or some supplement that supposedly, induces natural production of a hormone that males don't ever produce naturally. But okay, um, and it seemed weird to me because what this stuff is actually used for in the athletic world is generally when people have atrophied testicles from prolonged anabolic steroid use. This substance will very quickly turn their raisin nuts into nice big plump full testicles, and it raises sperm count and natural testosterone production in men who have suppressed it through exogenous testosterone injection and things. And so again, it's actually used to counter side effects or to reboost natural production when people come off of the drugs they use. And then it's kind of weird that it was being used supposedly for body fat loss because it's generally associated with bloating, water retention, and a little bit of body fat gain, when athletes or bodybuilders use it. So again, that to me, that just seemed like the weirdest thing. So I actually had to do a little bit of research, and I found out that there was a very, very old myth, like from before I was born, that it was actually the hormone HCG was useful for fat loss. And it's because a doctor, like in the 1950s, I think, had speculated that this hormone was useful for fat loss, potentially like appetite suppression and direct fat burning. And then other scientists later studied it and determined that it was just, he was a quack. That there's actually no reason at all to think it does either one. And there was no data whatsoever that correlated elevated HCG levels with either appetite suppression or fat or weight loss. So, but apparently the myth was perpetuated. A number of books were actually written on it, a few decades ago, and it perpetuated a myth. And so the makers of this diet picked up upon this myth. And then, I know some people are saying, but I'm losing weight on this, or I know someone who's lost weight on this diet. And again, I would say to you that even a broken clock is right twice a day. And, or as my father used to say, even a blind horse can find an acorn or two every now and then. And so, what this diet actually does, they charge you $300 to give you this hormone to supposedly, produce HCG in your body to help with fat burning and appetite suppression. And then they put people on an insanely restricted diet, something like 500 calories of just vegetables. And yeah, of course you're going to lose weight on 500 calories a day, but Jesus fucking Christ. You talk about a diet that's going to slow your metabolism down. Uh, that you're going to develop dietary deficiencies on. You're going to develop protein deficiencies, vitamin and mineral deficiencies, fatty acid deficiencies. You're going to have muscle wasting. You're going to slow your thyroid down. You're basically setting yourself up to have rebound fat gain because you're doing an insane rapid fat loss method to where it's not even personalized or individualized. There's no calculations have been done to determine how much weight you can safely lose per week or month as an individual. What your caloric intake or your protein needs or anything need to be. And so to even try to follow a cookie cutter like that, diet like that, is just fucking insane. It is fucking insane to even consider something like that. I have no other way to describe it. It's just beyond fucking moronic. And people are getting taken in by this hustle. And again, in my video demystifying fat loss, I really break down for you the real scientific facts of fat gain and fat loss, how it works. any nutritionist or anyone with a PhD in nutritional science, or again, anyone who studies the science or even works with real clients will generally look at the data I present to you in that video and tell you, yes, this will work, this is great information. I mean, there's no fad diets involved. I just directly discuss the methodology and science of how to lose body fat while keeping your metabolism elevated, with no bullshit, no fad diets, just the straight science, what we know. And so again, I mean, we look at these fad diets like this or something like the HCG diet. And I mean, I know someone who struggled with being obese for years and years, and she's done everything from snort cocaine to every fad diet, and she's still fat. And so she went on this diet and was talking about her first 20 pounds. And I actually defriended her on Facebook over this because it was just so stupid that she tried to argue with me about fat loss. That I just felt like I couldn't have this person in my life as a friend if they were that stupid, and wanted to argue with me on the subject. So I deleted her. But her explanation was that, but I've tried every fad diet known to man, and I'm still fat. And it's like, yeah, because you tried fad diets, and instead of just changing your lifestyle. I mean, what works consistently for every person who ever tries it is consistent tracking of your calories, consistently eating in a caloric surplus, and exercising, getting out and being active. Those things have a literally like 100% success rate in fat loss, long-term fat loss, and maintaining that weight loss. And so again, it's people want quick fixes because they're too lazy to do it with what we know works, and they're impatient and don't realize it's a long process. I mean, if you're carrying 100 pounds of excess body fat, if you think that you're going to lose that quickly, I mean, you're delusional. You're not living in the real world. I mean, you had to eat an insane amounts of surplus calories and put surplus energy into your body to create 100 pounds of body fat, and you're going to have to burn through all of that energy, without eating extra energy to replace it over time. And I mean, and again, if you try to take shortcuts and exceed those limits, you're just going to slow your metabolism down. You're going to lose muscle, and in the end, you're going to stumble and fall. It's about consistent long-term lifestyle change, and diets like this, they don't promote that. And basically, they're just con jobs that one play upon something like this diet. It plays upon previously disproven myths. It plays upon people's laziness and ignorance on the subject, and people's desire for a quick fix for something that's a long-term lifestyle change if they want to get results. And so again, it's actually preying on people. I mean, it's brilliant marketing, but I mean, it's shady and it's a con. And so again, I mean, anyone who is watching this video who wants to lose fat, I would urge you to not waste your money and even try something like this. Like, I've got another video providing all of the current scientific data, what we know about fat loss, how to make it work for you in the long term, and it's completely free. Just watch that video so that you understand how these things work a little better, and don't be bought in by some extremely unhealthy quick fix diet that you're going to pay $300 for, that in the long term isn't going to give you the results you want. You're going to be let down, and you're going to be ripped off. So again, my advice is just don't even bother with this thing. And anyone who's considering trying it, please just tell them the same thing. I would absolutely avoid this con. And let me give you guys one more bicep shot. And that's all I have to say on that. And I'll talk to you next time.